minutes for
Adult Talk, a podcast by Adult Work.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another new episode of the AdultTalk Podcast. I'm here today with Juan Amaro, and today is just one of those days. You had some technical stuff. Hello.
But we are back. Now we had some, when you do live shows, and sometimes we have some technical issues, but as always, we bring you a very nice special guest today, right?
Right. So today we have with us our content creator and webcam model, Scout Spice. Welcome, Scout Spice.
Hiya.
Let me just put here and switch this around. How are you doing?
I'm fabulous. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on here today. And to everyone at home watching, I'm sorry about the technical issues this morning. I will be having words with my internet provider.
No worries. Well, first of all, thanks so much to accept our invitation to the podcast. It's a pleasure to have you here. And my first question to you would be, how long have you been in the industry? And how did you find out? How did you start? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I've done an interview for Adult Work Insider before, so I've probably told the guys at home a little bit about my my experience in the industry. But I've been doing webcam for nearly 3 years now. So I started in October of 2022, and I dived straight in on Adult Work, which was the only name that I'd heard of in the industry. And I actually did have a past in the industry before that. So years ago, when I was 21, I actually first started in the industry doing text and phone chat. So
Okay.
I used to talk to people. They would ring me, and I would have a nice little chat with them. And they never used to get to see me. So I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I was sat at home in my pajamas, telling them I had my lingerie on. But now we're in 4K HD. So, you know, I have to be honest about what I'm wearing. And sometimes I'm going to come on cam in my gym gear. And sometimes, you know, I might have something a little bit more racy on.
So tell, if you bring us back a little bit to before that, what did you do before work in the industry?
So I have done a lot in my career. When I first started working, I was actually a hairdresser. And I gave that up because I wanted to have like a prestigious job where I earned lots of money. So I went to work in, I went to be train up to be a secretary first. And I ended up working in offices, and I've done a lot of different things in my time. I get bored easily. So although I spent a decade working for private landlords and development companies, that was boring to me. I wanted the money, but I didn't want that dull office life that went with the money. So yeah.
Do you find in the adult industry more freedom as well? Like, because when you work before in an office 9 to 5, you have a boss, you need to report to somebody. Now, was that one of the reasons why made you to switch as well, or how did you find
absolutely. I mean, that is a big part of it for me. But for me personally, I had to give up doing the job that I loved, which was hairdressing, because I went back to it after working in the office. I went back to hairdressing because I'm a creative person, and I like to be able to express my personality. And I thought that would be my career for the rest of my life. I'm not going to lie, I did. But I actually have a condition, a genetic disorder that makes my limbs hypermobile. So doing hairdressing was actually really bad for me. I ended up at the ripe old age of 45. I have arthritis, so I can't actually stand up and do the hairdressing anymore. As much as I want to, it was always my passion, because I'm, you know, as I say, I'm an artistic person, but I had to give it up. And I thought that was it. That was over for me. I was never going to have a job that I loved again. And that's when I started on adult work, and it revolutionized my life. I'm not going to lie. It absolutely revolutionized my life. It gave me back control over my life. I can have independence, and it fits in with my lifestyle and my abilities.
Okay. And how did you find out about adult work and the adult industry? How did you find out, and how was that process for you from stop working as a hairdresser and get into the industry?
So I probably, like a lot of other girls, that especially a lot of my friends, I saw something on social media, and I thought I'll check it out, and I'll just see what it's all about. I knew it was to do with sex work industry, but I didn't know what it entailed. So I initially, when I initially joined adult work, I joined with an agency, which you have many of, and the agencies are all different. Some might give more assistance, some might do arrange photo shoots and all that sort of stuff. And that was my initial introduction to adult work site, was through social media.
Okay. Do you on the time that you've been now in the industry, how is the process for with support? Do you have support from family, from friends?
Yes. Yeah. Well, yes and no. That's a complicated question. So, I do have the support of my family. When I was thinking about doing this, originally, it was in the sort of in the lockdown period that I first saw adult work, and I put off doing it for 2 years because I was worried about what other people would think. But I did have the support of my close family, my mum, and my nan were very supportive. And if you've got strong women supporting you in something like that, it definitely helps.
Yeah, the reason why I ask is might be a model now watching us live or your video later on, and they really want to join and thinking I would like to be just like Scout Spicy and start and start to do webcam. But what holds me back is the support of family, friends. I don't know how to speak, or who to speak to, how to start. So when they see you in your journey and how you went through that process, for them, it gives them hope or hints in how to behave and how to speak and how to start their journey as well. Do you know what I mean?
It is an individual journey for everyone. It really is. And you can get out of this what you put into it. So for me, with my varying ability to work, this is absolutely ideal for me. I can get out of it exactly what I put into it. So if I've got the time and the hours to dedicate to it, then it gives back to you, this job. It really does. I've had so many opportunities open to me that I would never have dreamed of when I started doing it. When I started doing this 2 years ago, and I was nervous, I really was, because although I had the support of my family, I worried what other people would think about me doing this job. And the support that I've had from yourselves has definitely bolstered my confidence.
Amazing. If you bring us back, so you started then with the adult work. Do you remember the first week or the first day that you pressed broadcast? And
I do.
Do you remember that day? Can you describe us a little bit that?
Yes. So I had my my cam room set up initially in my bedroom. I had a lovely little area set up, and I had everything planned out of how I was going to go live. I had a wig on. I had a mask to hand in case, because I thought, my first thought was, as soon as I go live was I've got to hide my face. So I had a like a masquerade mask to hand, a red and black masquerade mask covered in feathers. As I remember clutching onto it for dear life. And I was so nervous the first time I went live. But the group that I joined said to me, you just need to go for it. Let us know when you're going on, and we'll announce you. We'll let people know that you're going online, so you don't have to sit there and wait. Because that was the other thing I thought was I'm just going to sit there and wait. I'm a mature model. I'm 45, and I thought this industry was just all about skinny little girls who look like page 3 models. And I got the surprise of my life when I started this job. And on my first session, my nerves were going crazy. I was clutching onto this masquerade mask for dear life. And my first call was absolutely amazing. The guy was probably laughing his head off at how nervous I was, but he put me at my ease. And I think I think it was a 20-minute private call, my first call. And after I'd come off the call, I just thought to myself, what was I worried about? And I looked at myself in the camera and I was like, oh, good Lord, I'd put a wig on, hadn't I? And the wig was on wonky.
That's amazing.
But to his credit, the guy left me some absolutely lovely feedback. He didn't mention me wig being on wonky at all.
You had your experience, didn't you?
I did.
So then, after you finished your first live cam session, after this experience you had, what's the reaction you did have? What did you think at that time? Did you say, "Oh, that's something I want to do. I want to make it my full-time job"?
I did. I'm not gonna lie. I got hooked to it pretty instantly. Once I got over those initial nerves and got my wig back on straight. I dived in, and I was still nervous. So I made sure that I utilized all of the features that we have on the site. I was a big fan of using the direct messenger. So it's basically it's cam without the cam. So for anybody who's used to cam, if you're not aware, if you're having a bad hair day, you can do direct messaging, and it's just instant messaging on your computer where you can just chat to whoever comes into your room.
Amazing pro tip. So if people are starting now and are using the platform, there you go. There's a pro tip for you there as well. Within the time that you have been in the industry, if there's one thing that you would say, I absolutely love this, I like this, and one thing that you say, I don't like that, I wouldn't like this. Is there anything?
For me, it's got to be the other models that I get to work with. I've made some absolutely amazing friends in this industry. You guys have given me some amazing opportunities. So last year I got to go to an award show as one of your VIP guests. Got to attend the SNAP Awards, which is the support network for adult performers. That was an amazing night. I got to meet some people. So I got to meet other models. I got to meet other industry people. And attending that event actually gave me such a boost. I was like, I want to do this. I want to be at an award show. And later on last year in November, I actually was nominated for Mature Model at the UK Glamour Awards, and I got through to the final of that. So again, this is just one of the opportunities that I never would have thought of, because I'm 5'4". I'm not what I would think of when I think model. I don't think 5'4" redhead with a funny accent.
Amazing. I can see you also use a lot of your social medias platforms in order to promote yourself. Do you use all the social medias, or there is specific ones that you like to use more? Do you think social media are important for your business?
It's, for me, I use it because it's a good tool for me to engage with my fans. I wouldn't have got where I got in that award thing if it wasn't for my fans supporting me. You don't need it though. There are a lot of girls that don't use social media at all. I like to use it because it fits in well. So I am on X, and I am also on Instagram, and it's the same username. It's the same handle on both. So it's Scouse Spice with an underscore in it, Scouse underscore Spice. And I use that to show people more behind the scenes of my life. I'm not just a funny person on the screen for a few hours a day. I do have a life as well, and I like to take people with me on my little journeys, and my fans like to come along to things with me and see what I'm doing when I'm
amazing. That's one of the reasons why we created the podcast as well, so we could bring that behind the scene to the audience. Also, in the meantime, all this time that you've been doing in the industry, is there what was the strangest thing ever a client have asked you? If you can share it. Do you still have regulars?
There are no strange things. There are no strange things. There are just new experiences. That's what I like to say. I have had eye-opening experiences. So I have had a gentleman in my cam room, and he told me that he had a special outfit for me that he had to wear for a dare. So I thought, okay, then what's this special outfit going to be? And so I had a cam to cam, and this gentleman had a character suit on. And I've never had a cam to cam with somebody who's been in a full character suit before. So that was a strange one because I wasn't expecting it, but it's all good.
Oh, that's very interesting, isn't it?
This is actually really interesting. But did you ever receive any request that weird that you have to say, no, I'm not doing this today?
No, not really. I don't. My role is I'm sort of like, I consider myself to be like a girlfriend to people. So I'm not always doing role plays, for example. That's not what you get when you come into my cam room. You're just getting a girlfriend, the crazy girl that lives next door when you come into my cam room. So I haven't really had any things like that. I know some girls do get strange requests, but I don't tend to get too many of those.
Okay. Do you have a schedule, like fixed schedules that you go in live, or it depends? If you wake up and say, today I'm going to do in the morning, tomorrow I'm going to do in the afternoon, or you actually have a schedule? Do you believe to having a schedule is a good thing? Or
definitely having a schedule is a good thing, definitely. I don't have one. I just work when I want, basically. That's why it's perfect for me. As I say, it fits in with whatever else that I've got going on, any other things that I might be doing, and I can literally go on whenever I like. But I do try and give my fans a little bit of an idea when I'll be on. So I tend to update on my profile. I'll have info of when I expect to be on that week on there. But you can be on whenever you like. But if you want to build a big fan base and a regular fan base, definitely having some sort of schedule. It doesn't have to be a normal schedule. We're not talking 9 to 5. You don't have to be on Monday to Friday every day of the week. You don't have to do that. But if you say to people, I'm always on a Friday night, I'm always on a Sunday, then they know where to find you. So it doesn't have to be a traditional schedule at all. It really does. It's whatever fits in with you. And everyone's different. Some people have other jobs. Some people have other commitments. So you do what works for you. As long as you're communicating that with your fans, they're going to be fine with that.
Yeah. So if there is like a new person trying to start today, or they don't have much equipment, how was the process for you? For example, when you started, you already had computer, you had lighting, cameras, or if someone with just a mobile, they can start. Can they just use their mobile and do everything?
Absolutely. I don't use my mobile. especially given the technical issues we had earlier. I think it's a good job I don't use my mobile. No, I'm actually, when I first started, I had a laptop that was 6 years old. It had a built-in web camera that was a load of rubbish. So I just got myself a cheap webcam to plug in, and you can just, all you need is a good light source. As long as you've got a light source and a reliable camera, that is all you need. What I've got now is completely different. Now I've got 2 cameras. I've got 4K HD camera, which is why I haven't got my glasses on, because I don't like looking at myself in HD. So yeah, I've got a 4K HD webcam. I've got different lighting setups, and I've even got more than one webcam. So if I wanted to, I could be really fancy and have 2 different angles on my stream.
Nice.
You do not
But
need
it's
that.
not. But it's not necessary. Like if they start today,
No.
it's not necessary, right?
It's really not. It's really not. If somebody's got the latest, the latest phone, they're going to be able to get on, no problem.
Yeah. What about content create? Do you create do you have like videos and images on the platform that you can use as passive income as well? Do you like to create content
Yes.
like videos and
So
stuff like that?
that's another one of the opportunities that I've had open up to me. So obviously people have seen me at the Snap Awards, people have seen me at the Glamour Awards. I'm all over social media, and I like to interact with everyone. That's one of the reasons my fans like me, is that they can always come into my room. I've always got time for everyone, and if anybody comes to me with a question, if I know the answer, I'm going to help them, and that is the best bit about it, honestly.
You mentioned just now about the 2 awards. I would like to ask you, do you find it necessary for members to join these kind of events for networking? Do you meet people there? Do you actually think for someone is it necessary to join these kind of events?
It is not necessary at all. You can have whatever involvement that you want, but because I wanted to do more content creation this year, I wanted to put myself out there more. And the easiest way for me to do that, to connect with other people in the industry, is to be at the industry events. And you do have the opportunity to join these things. And because of the people that I met at these things last year, I've got collaborations that are on the schedule at the moment. I don't want to discuss too much about them at the moment, but I have got a few collaborations on the books, and I'll be working with a professional studio as well, which was an absolutely massive thing for me, because when I started this, my intention was to just make a little bit of money, and to feel useful, because when you have any sort of health condition, you can end up feeling useless.
Okay. When towards the end of the show, we have few set questions. So I have 5 warm-up questions, spicy warm-up questions to you. And then Aurora have some more questions to you. My first question is blowjob or hand job?
Well, I'm famous for one of them. That would be the blowjob. Thank you. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Dog style, 69 or missionary?
Oh, doggy style.
Group sex, like orgy or one-to-one?
You are, friend. I've always been a one-to-one girl, but again, I'm expanding my horizons this year. I'm thinking about expanding my horizons a little bit.
Right.
So that, yeah. Okay. You got me. One of my collaborations is a threesome.
Ooh, there we go. That's
yeah. One of my collaborations is with a very hot couple. So
exclusive content. There we
keep
go.
your eye on the socials, guys.
Keep your eye on the social. Masturbation, solo or together?
So everybody knows I need 5 a day. I need 5 orgasms a day minimum. So sometimes that I do need to do do them solo, but I prefer mutual masturbation every day, especially on a cam-to-cam call.
And sex, morning or night?
Morning, noon, and night, please.
All right. Guys, if you're watching this, if it's your first time, remember to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, become part of the family here. Remember, in the description of this video, you'll find links to Scout Spice socials as well. So you can also interact, leave your comments here, and myself and Aurora can ask Scout Spice some questions from the audience if you have any. And yeah, Aurora.
Part 2 of the ping pong questions, and the first one will be, describe yourself in one word.
Chaotic.
What's your ultimate turn on?
Intelligence.
Kissing or cuddling?
Cuddling. I'm a very tactile person.
And the fourth one will be, what's your secret weapon to seduce someone?
My mouth. I'm not elaborating on that.
No, you expand. You can expand.
I can expand. I have a dislocatable jaw.
Oh,
So yeah, I use that to as my secret weapon.
It's all about the skills. And the fifth one will be, what's one thing on your bucket list?
Oh, I was discussing this the other day. Ibiza. I want to go to Ibiza. I've wanted to go to Ibiza for 20 years, 30 years. That's how old I am. And it's been on my bucket list forever. And I've never gone because I didn't have anyone to go with. And now I'm just doing it. Scout Spice is going on tour to Ibiza this year. You heard it here first.
That's absolutely amazing. And the sixth one will be, if you could meet and create content with a celebrity, who would that be?
Ooh. So when you say celebrity, do you mean like an industry celebrity or just a celebrity?
a celebrity.
Really?
Oh, it'd have to be Johnny Depp. It would absolutely have to be Johnny Depp. If you're watching, Johnny, you're in the UK, more, babe. You're in the UK. Yeah, you're my man. I've literally been obsessed with Johnny Depp since the 90s. I'm sorry. I'm Team Depp.
Yeah, there's a lot of people are Team Depp.
Indeed. And next one is, what's the last thing you Googled?
What's the last thing I Googled? I don't know. I've no idea. It was probably it will have been something industry related. It will have been. God knows. My Google search history. It's all over the place.
You gotta do what you gotta do. And next one is, what's your ultimate fantasy?
Oh, my ultimate fantasy. Oh, I don't know. Now you're asking. Sex on the beach at Ibiza. There we go. I've had sex on a beach, and it was a stony beach, and I ended up with my legs were black and blue, literally covered in bruises. Do not recommend. So yeah, what's my fantasy? Sex on the beach at Ibiza this year. Again, you heard it here first.
Ibiza will be better.
You might not let me into Ibiza now that I've said that.
They will let you to Ibiza, no worries.
Toxi Model suggesting to go with you next summer in Ibiza. Let's do it, they say.
Brilliant. Let's do it. Let's do a girls' trip.
So move on to the next one. What's the weirdest place or even situation you've ever had sex?
Okay, so there's always two that come to mind. My ex-fiance years ago was I'm probably going to get him into trouble now saying, I hope nobody knows who I'm talking about. My ex-fiance was an accountant. Boring profession. And he
You
wanted
don't need
to
to give
liven up.
names.
He wanted to liven up his work day. So he asked me to come and meet him at work. So the boss's desk and the archive room in an architect's office in the business district in Liverpool.
Whoa.
Was it filmed by hidden camera?
There probably was a camera. It was in the archive room. Maybe not in the boss's office. We were probably all right on the boss's desk, but maybe I pushed my luck a bit in the archive room. If anybody finds that footage, let me know.
Send them so you can upload in your move galleries.
Exactly.
And last one, it is, if you win 1 million today, what's the very first thing you would buy?
A villa in Ibiza. I didn't even have to think about that one. So my dream would be to have a content villa. Honestly, yeah, everything about that, it just fills my little heart with glee. And yeah, if I had £1 million, that is exactly what I would do. I would go and buy a gorgeous villa in Ibiza, and I would just keep inviting my friends over.
And create a lot of content.
And create a lot of hot content, yes.
Well, that was a very lovely chat. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation and joining us.
That's okay. Thank you for having me.
Very, very nice. If you can leave us a message to the audience, for people who are listening to you now live, and for people who are watching this video later, you can leave a message to everybody.
Yeah. What my message to the world is: say yes. Say yes to the thing and just do it, because you never know where it's going to take you.
Amazing. Especially, they will probably take to Ibiza.
It's going to take me to Ibiza.
And for everybody, guys, thank you so much for being here with us in the podcast. It was a pleasure to be one more time with you guys. I'm here with Aurora. And remember, you can leave still your message and questions on the comments. I'm sure Scout Spice can, after going to the comments, and reply to some questions there. Talking about questions, we are planning a new project with the with podcast very soon. We're gonna have a Q&A live with myself and Aurora. We're gonna be anybody can ask us anything you like in your mind. Leave us on the post that we're gonna be pinning on Twitter. We're gonna get those questions and we're gonna be replying to all of them in a live show within the podcast as well, which will be very, very engaging and interact with the audience. So thank everybody so much. Scout Spice, amazing. Aurora?
Thank you, Scout Spice, for joining us today. Thank you, guys. If you made it till the end of this live show, some love. And that's all for me.
Yeah, Rob, remember to smash the like button and to share this content. Remember, regarding content creates, the more you engage with us, the more we create for you. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.